Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to make a Champleve Cloisonne Enamel butterfly pendant. I've learned Cloisonne Enameling 20-something years ago in a jewelry school in Europe. I hope you're going to enjoy this video. Let's get started. First I draw the shape of the mouth on a thick copper sheet. I punched a mark in it to be able to drill a hole in the middle. I drilled a hole to be able to thread through the saw blade. Now I cut out the inside of this shape just next to the Sharpie line. After that I cut out the outside of this shape too. Champleve means that we are creating recessed areas in the metal. I'm creating this recessed area by cutting out this shape and soldering it on another copper sheet. We're going to fill out this big cell we created with Cloisonne Enamel, and I'm going to put a red jasper cabochon in it. I filed the edges smooth, especially the inner edge. Now I'm making the setting for the stone. I cut out a strip from a thin copper sheet. Guys, if my audio is noisy, I would like to apologize for that. It looks like the monsoon is here already and it's raining outside and thundering. Now I nailed and pickled this copper strip to be able to wrap around the stone. I marked the place where I needed to cut it and then I cut it to size with my saw. I filed the ends of this strip so they fit together nicely and then I soldered them together with my handheld little torch. I cleaned off the excess solder. Now I put this Champleve setting together and prepared it for soldering. I soldered the setting together with my torch. I'm using my big enameling torch here because this is a bigger piece and the small torch wouldn't heat it up to temperature. I'm heating it from underneath and I'm trying to apply even heat until the solder melts everywhere. The copper developed oxides during soldering, so I put it in pickle. Until it's in the pickle, let's package an order I got yesterday. These cute little earrings are going to go to Australia. Dear Patricia, if you see this video, I would like to thank you so much for your order. It means a lot to me. Now that the piece is nice and clean, I cut out the shape from the bottom sheet following the outline of the top sheet. I domed the piece slightly and very carefully because I didn't want to squish the setting. I like to do this because it prevents warping. Now the piece is ready for enameling. First, of course, we start with the contour enamel. Contour enamel goes on the back and I used opaque black for this. I fired it off camera. I pickled the piece. It's really important when you work with copper that after every heating you have to pickle it to clean off the oxides. I usually sieved the enamel on the front of the pendant too, but this time I didn't want to get enamel in the setting, so I used brushable liquid enamel and I brushed it on the surface. I waited the enamel to dry and I fired it with my torch. You can also use your kiln here. Now it's time to fold the Cloisonne wires. Cloisonne wires are flat wires and they stand on their edges. They are going to create little cells where the enamel is going to go and they are going to separate the colors. I'm using pliers and tweezers to fold these wires to match my design. I'm putting them right away on the surface of the pendant and I'm using glue to secure them until the next firing. When all the wires were in place, it was already late, so I finished the work for that day. I decided that I'm going to fire the wires on the surface the next day when I switched on my kiln. I put it aside and I enjoyed my evening. It's so hot during the day now, so when the sun was setting it was the perfect time to go for a hike. Look at how beautiful the sky is. Monsoon skies are the best. The next day I switched on my kiln and I fired the piece so the wires got stuck in the melted base coat. Now I chose some colors and I'm using opaque colors this time. We don't need to wash the opaque colors, I just pour some distilled water on them. This butterfly is inspired by the Monarch butterfly, so I chose a nice orange, a white and a black color. I really like opaque colors too, they create so much contrast on your final piece. I'm using a paintbrush and a scraper to get the enamels in between the cells. Until you watch me do this, I would like to let you know that I have courses on Patreon. I offer 2 courses so far and both of them are beginner friendly. In these courses you can follow me step by step, and by the end of them you're going to end up with a beautiful Cloisonne enamel piece and you're going to learn a lot about this beautiful technique. In the first course I have up there, we're making this trillium piece, and in the second course we're making these cute little floral earrings. I hope you guys check it out. I'm going to leave the links down below in the description. When I finished filling out the cells with these beautiful colors, I set the enamel aside to dry. It's important to dry the enamel before firing. Until it dried, I decided to take a break and make a tea. When I came back, the enamel was dry, so I fired it in my kiln on 1400 Fahrenheit for 2 minutes. After that I pickled it because oxides developed on the copper wires during firing. Also, enamel shrinks during firing, so I applied 2 more layers of colors. I did the 3rd layer off camera. Until you watch me do this, let's answer a question I got recently. The comment says, "That's beautiful work skills, where did you learn?" First of all, I would really like to thank you for the nice words. I went to jewelry school in Hungary. I actually spent 4 years in this school. The first 2 years I learned coppersmithing and enameling. We made some cool pieces back then, for example a plate and a box. I wish I could show it to you guys, but I didn't take pictures of them. It was before the smartphone era, so we didn't have camera in our pockets. And the school kept the pieces, I don't have them anymore. After I graduated from the Cloisonne Enameling course, I decided to stay 2 more years and learn goldsmithing. Although the course was called goldsmithing, I didn't touch gold or silver, we were practicing on brass. I guess because that was cheaper. I hope you guys like this little Q&A in my videos. Let me know what you think. When I was done with all 3 layers, I needed to stretch my legs, so I decided to go outside and have my tea. When I came back, I started to sand the piece. We do this to smooth out the surface. I use diamond pads for this and a lot of water. Guys, if you would like to see more enameling videos from me, please check out this playlist. I'm also going to edit a longer version of this video and I'm going to upload it to Patreon in the next couple of days. The link to my Patreon and to my online store is going to be in the description. When the enamel was nice and smooth, I fired it again in my kiln to get the shine back because it lost its shine during the sanding. Now the last step was to put the cabochon in the setting and polish up the surface. So that's what I did and it was done. This is how it turned out and I love it so much. I hope you do too. This pendant is going to be available in my online store soon. This is it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching and please like, share and subscribe and please consider supporting me on Patreon. See you in the next video. Bye!